Hi, my name's Amy McCarthy, and this is my video bio for freelancing, where I get to talk a little bit about myself. But instead of talking about myself, I want to talk about search engine optimization in general and some of the current trends that are going on. There seems to be a lot of disconnect from reading these job postings from what the current trends are that are going to help your site rank versus what used to work. So to jump into that, the current trends right now there's three. And they're not even trends. I don't even want to use the word trends. I want to say the future of search. There are three things that are in this future that are known right now. One is balance. The second is natural occurring events, I'm going to say for now. And three is going to be HTML5, which supports schema and microdata and Open Graph Protocol. So if you don't have HTML5 support on your site or any of outdated technology, as soon as you're done watching this, handle that, because the future of search is going to be using the schema, the microdata, and or the Open Graph Protocols, which older technologies and coding does not handle. So get that taken care of. Number one is the balance. Now, in the past, we used to be able to go in and use some of our trickery and get your site ranked really well for certain keywords by doing by pounding backlinks or specific anchor text or thin content laced around keywords. I mean, you know all the tricks, because I see a lot of people still asking for these. Now, this is the problem. Because it worked in the past, I don't think people are aware that they're changing. Just like in Penguin and Panda, when there were updates, all the trickery that we used in the past, it's going to catch up to you. It's going to catch up to your site. Well, we could easily get your site ranked. We didn't really in the past foresee Google catching on so quickly, but Google's catching on way more quickly than was ever anticipated. And their algorithm is getting wicked smart. It's kind of creepy. But in order to stay up with this, Google has really put a lot of focus on the balance and the natural occurrences. Now, if you're not familiar with this, this concept it's really about the user experience and engagement when going to your site. So in the past, it was about the external type, like if other sites linked to you, or if they talked about you, or if you ranked on their site for a good keyword, or you were in blog networks, or there was a lot of things that were externally important. Well, Google has totally shifted the focus to now everything on your site is going to be what matters, and that's going to come down to the content, whether it's thin or dense. And Google's algorithm has come up with a way to kind of differentiate between the normal thin content of just fact-based regurgitating information versus being knowledgeable about a topic. And those two differences are going to play a really big part moving forward. Another part that's going to is really important is the navigation. Now, I know it hasn't been a really big thing in the past, but Google is reading the tag now. It's for coders, you know what that is, but it's NAV, and what it does, it kind of shows how your site's navigation works and how easy it is for the user to get around, or the visitor to get around. So if you don't have good navigation on your site, you need to get that right now. That's another thing that's going to be really big, is how your users interact with your site. Is offer content that is not only informational, but it's from a point of view versus, like I just said, fact regurgitation, which used to work and it's not working anymore. So those things are really important. Another thing is going to be the natural occurrences, and there's really no term for this yet, so I'm just going to go ahead and call it natural occurrences because it sounds good. So these natural occurrences are going to be the way that your site is linked and backlinked, meaning that 500 backlinks in Google's eyes is not going to be natural. Now, this doesn't mean that you have to wait for someone to legitimately give you a backlink, but what it does mean is that this is going to have to happen over time, and a long time, not years, but a good you're going to get a link. You can probably say maybe 2 a week, or 2 or 3 a week, and that's a natural occurrence, which is almost 60 a month. So I mean, it is a lot, but those are a little more natural, and that's going to be something that we all are going to have to start aiming for, is to start making, is to kind of leave most of our tricks in the bag, which there are still some that are tried and true that that still do work. But for the most part, the rapid link building, the anchor text, the keyword domains, which those have all been out the window for a while, all those little trickeries are going to have to be really put in the back burner, and a lot of focus is going to really have to be on quality, which is great. I think is a great way for Google to go, because it's going to produce better search results for everyone. So, and that's going to be, and it's going to unfortunately take the sites that aren't putting the time and effort into creating good content for their users at a disadvantage. So, moving forward, again, just to recap: balance, natural occurrences or instances, whatever you prefer, and HTML5 compatibility. Those are the top 3 things that, as a site owner and as a search engine optimization specialist, that you and we need to be focusing on. So I hope you learned something, and if you need any help, hire me.